Hello, this is a Side Show. I'm Theodore Parker, and today is Wednesday, June 26, 2024. Coming to you from Lexington, Kentucky. Today, the temperature high will be 84 degrees. Currently, is sitting around 72. And today, we can expect showers and thunderstorms here in Lexington. Potential for severe thunderstorms. That's strong wind and rain. Highs in the mid 80s and lows in the mid 60s. Rain possible around 7 a.m. It's currently close to 8 a.m. That did not happen. Moved to 10 a.m. Notice we colder than yesterday, down by about 5 degrees. Today's sunrise was at 6:16 a.m. and sunset will be at 9:04 p.m. Wind is around 5 miles per hour. The AQI is good at 30 and pollen is high. Again, this is a Side Show. I'm Theodore Parker, and if you're watching the Side Show on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Talk about it on WhatsApp. If you're watching the Side Show on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. In the Side Show coffee cup, 11-ounce black ceramic with the Side Show logo on it. Buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. Pay me through Cash App. My Cash App tag is $TR Parker 1. So in the news, in the world of soccer, Panama versus the U.S. tomorrow, Thursday at 6 p.m. Just finished, I think, playing Brazil, which they won. Summertime. We all have our go-to things, ice cream being one of those things. So here in Lexington, question arose, highest rated ice cream shops in Lexington by diners who have experienced it. Cup of cone. Ice cream is a treat that can be enjoyed all year round, although the volume produced during the hotter months signals otherwise. The majority of ice cream and other frozen desserts in the U.S. are made between March and August, with July being the busiest month of all, according to the Department of Agriculture. So, we have a list of 8 ice cream parlors / shops that you can enjoy here in Lexington. And this is based on listings in Yelp, whether or not it is a chain business or has more than 10 reviews positive. So, this is a bit of a step up or away from the usual vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry Neapolitan flavors that we are most familiar with. Now you have ice cream flavors that almost sound like the main course of a meal. Olive oil and other various names. But this article goes on to list them. Number 8, Buzzed Bull Creamery. That's in Lexington. And some of these are in what is referred to as Fritz Summit shopping mall area. The Peach Cobbler Factory, number 7. Number 6, Shake Shack. Number 5, Pachito's Ice Cream. Number 4, Freshies Ice Cream and Soda Fountain. If you look this up, they will give you the address or the location for each of these businesses. Number 3, Tsaocha, Tsaocha. Number 2, Crank and Boom, craft ice cream. And number 1, Crank and Boom Ice Cream Lounge. All of these businesses have various menus, from burgers to just coffee and tea. So it's up to you and what you have a taste for and what's going on. But ice cream, we all scream for ice cream. Summertime. Arkansas coach John Calipari buys Fayetteville home at Blessings. So it looks like Arkansas head basketball coach John Calipari has found a home. Excuse me. The Razorbacks' new head hog this month purchased a house in the Clear Creek neighborhood for $2.2 million, according to property records. The gated community at Blessings Golf Club is located about 5.5 miles north of the University of Arkansas campus. The 7,350 square foot home has 5 bedrooms and includes views of the 10th and 11th golf club fairways. It was built in 2006 and later remodeled by Goddard Design Group. Calipari's former home in Lexington was listed for $3.99 million in May, just weeks after news spread of Arkansas' splash hire of the former Wildcats leader as the Razorbacks' 14th basketball coach. Speaking of what's going on, as we ordinary folk make our way, we see what our bosses are doing with their time. Mark Zuckerberg wears a 1,000 lat t-shirt on Ibiza vacation with wife Priscilla Chan. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg was spotted wearing a $1,150, approximately 1 lot, Bellman t-shirt as he vacationed in Spain's Ibiza with his wife Priscilla Chan. The shirt is a cotton and wool short sleeve crew neck embossed with the brand's name and logo. I'm chuckling because there used to be a t-shirt, which was an original, and across it was hobo and cotton, with the word hobo across it. But the difference is hobo was help a brother out. Help a brother out. Anyway, Mark Zuckerberg paired the knit design shirt with dark blue shorts. This comes as tech billionaire was seen wearing a gold chain that went viral. Mark Zuckerberg's wife, Priscilla Chan, had a more relaxed look with a flowy, short-sleeved shirt dress and hanging gold earrings accessorized with a striped straw shoulder bag. I'm not envious of fashion reporters at all. Moving over to politics, Jamal Bowman, I did see a clip of him giving a speech in front of a crowd that had gathered, loses New York primary to pro-Israel George Latimer. So he had support from AOC, Arsenio Casio, and a few others, but he failed to swing it over to his side. Julian Assange ends stalemate with U.S., exchanging guilty plea for his freedom. In a stunning turn of events, the 52-year-old Australian was released from a high-security prison in London on Monday afternoon and had already boarded a private jet to leave the United Kingdom before the world even knew of his agreement with the U.S. government. Lauren Boebert wins crowded House Gulf GOP primary in new Colorado district. Excuse me. If you remember, called by first name Lauren Boebert, the same one who wrote the book about killing the dog and that was chasing chickens and shooting the goat to smell bad and all that. But anyway, the controversial Congresswoman defeated 5 GOP opponents in a competitive primary in Colorado's 4th congressional district and will be favored to win the seat in November's general election. As they say, those were just a few appetizers in general. I'd kind of say, like in the gossip column, so forth and so on. On to the top stories. Entire Hell's Angel chapter arrested in California in kidnapping and assault probe, police say. This was kind of detailed. They were arrested, but I don't know how the charges are going. But anyway, the charges took a whole paragraph. My personal take on this is, you may or may not be familiar with how my Facebook page operates. People send me a friend request, and I accept that friend request from individuals, groups, businesses, and then I just tap accept. So a while ago, Hell's Angels submitted one. You know, I'm not personally familiar with Hell's Angels other than what I see in TV and in the news, but the person said that they were head of the chapter, you know. And I'm the kind of person, I'm a fact check, you know, because, you know, according to the U.S. government, Department of Justice and everything else like that, Hell's Angels is a motorcycle club, outlaw motorcycle club, and is listed as a criminal organization. So the person gave their name, and I checked it against what was listed as the head of the Hells Angels, and the two things did not come together. So, you know, we engaged in a little bit of conversation via text messages a little bit, and then other things didn't happen, didn't come together, so I just, you know, nixed it. Now, Hell's Angels are all up in the news with this. So maybe it wasn't a bad decision after all to cut them off, huh? Anyway, next up, Monica Lewinsky says Judge Cannon should be impeached. That one you can check out for yourself. Newly released photos from FBI's Mar-a-Lago search shows Trump boxes. So information continues to come forward. And in the government, there's really just 2 classifications for information. Classified, which is what most federal employees work under in order to receive materials, process materials, do their jobs. And then there's top secret. Just so you know. Biden to pardon veterans convicted of article used to keep LGBT members from serving. Hunter Biden's gun case was spurred by an ATF form. The shop violated federal law. ATF stands for Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. If you're interested, you can follow up on that. Representative Jamal Bowman, a vocal Israel critic and squad member, loses primary. I did, like I said, did see some of his speech in front of the crowd. Homeland Security says border arrests fall more than 40% since Biden's halt to asylum processing. The president made a few changes about the southern border of the United States, and this seems to be one of the results of those changes. Lauren Boebert, again, carpetbagging victory is a vindication of her attention-grabbing antics. Exasperated Biden spokesperson swats away Trump's silly drug test demand. I kind of felt the same way, asking the president to take a drug test. He's probably got attending physicians that make sure he's at least functional and alert and cognizant enough to perform his job, I would think. But so much for that one. Trump-backed Colorado GOP chair loses House primary, going back to Lauren Boebert's victory. Music in time. This guy was just up on stage playing guitar behind his neck, and now he's barely even talking to me. Junior Marvin saw Jimi Hendrix blow away the Beatles at a London club show, but says the guitar hero was too shy to speak to him. And this one came up about a week ago today. Excuse me. And it really struck my interest, although I didn't have a chance to really bring it forward, but I'm doing so now. Filipino soldiers had to use their bare hands to fight off Chinese Coast Guards with swords, a general said. I do have the article, but I'm not going to read it to you verbatim. I'll just give you the gist and the content. So, Filipino soldiers are running a supply boat to a island, man-made, which was built off a shipwrecked boat from World War II, I believe. And it's like 25 miles distance from proper Philippine territory. The Chinese are over there because it's connected to the South China Sea, which is self-explanatory by the title of it, the name of it. But they've been going close to Filipino territory with these patrols based on what they consider to be military action, etc. So the same way the Russians have been pulling in and around Cuba, and the United States has sent boats out to let them know that they are present and there. So the Chinese are doing the same thing to the Philippines, thinking, according to various give and go in conversations, that the United States will respond in a similar manner. But this particular time, Philippines are 25 miles from where they belong. Chinese are 1,000 miles from where they belong. And they decide to ram the Filipino boat. So the Chinese, they have like spears, axes, swords. And what hit the news was that the Filipino soldier had lost his thumb. And the initial reaction was that in the clash of them trying to board the boat and everything else like that, a fight broke out, a physical fight. Because the Filipino soldiers had been told they did have weapons on board, but they had to store them and not to display them. So when the Chinese showed up and rammed the boat, the story is the Filipino soldier's thumb got caught between the boats and therefore he lost his thumb. But the idea is the Filipino soldiers responded by physically fighting them. So it just hit the news. And that was a week ago. So with this viewed as a tactic from the Philippines that China is trying to draw the United States into it, because remember, not too long ago, Japanese, Australians, Americans, and the Philippines, when China was bristling and growling and snapping at Taiwan, when they were having their elections and getting ready to get independent from them after so many years, they kind of stepped up the pace. So now you have them actually fisticuffing with swords, axes, and spears. 1,000 miles from where they belong. That's it. Hashtag.